Hey friends, and welcome back to Gardening Suburbia. My name is Amanda and we are officially in 2024, which is just crazy to think about because the seasons just go so fast. I feel like every single year it's going a little bit faster. But I wanted to get you guys in on what exactly I have planned for this upcoming season. Currently I have a couple things in the works. I am working on a website that I can potentially sell some things off of. And that may or may not be open to other states that aren't here in Ohio or near to Ohio. Kind of working out the kinks on that. This season I am actually going to be going off on my own and doing vendors booths at a couple different places here in my local area. I already purchased a tent and it is a beautiful shade of green, which I did learn if you are planning on doing market booths to be aware that some places require a certain color of tent. I didn't really think about that too much when I was ordering it. I just saw the green and I thought it was beautiful and I needed to have it. Some markets don't really care what color your tent is, but some do. So it kind of limits which ones I could potentially pick. So I may have to buy a white tent cover if I want to do certain events, but that's okay. So I got a tent, I got a table, and I already really have a setup. I already kind of have a setup for my table. I will try to post a few videos or shots of that. And I'm really just trying to narrow down what exactly I'm going to be selling. I do know that I'm going to be doing sourdough goods. I'm going to do a couple of trials for some new recipes and just kind of narrow that down more. In the past, I have done sourdough cookies, chocolate chip with dark chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate, as well as bagels and English muffins, and I feel like there's something else. Oh, banana bread. And I really love the banana bread that I do. I think it's, oh gosh, it's from a wet recipe off of, there's carrot in the name. I'll link it down below. It's one of the best banana bread recipes that I've had, and it is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you bake it, slice it up into however big of slices that you'd like, and then you freeze them. If you take them out of the freezer and just eat them right then, it's like a sweet cold treat. Kind of sets you off from needing ice cream if you're like that, because I know I am. But I'm gonna try to test out some new sourdough recipes, and I'll probably bring you guys along for that. I've been scrolling through Pinterest, trying to find some ideas and kind of how I wanna go about doing that. Along with doing the market booths this year, which I'm really hoping to get myself scheduled for at least 1 or 2 a month, just to really get in there. But I am doing a spring plant sale for people who are local to me, just because the logistics of trying to ship plants cross country would be crazy. But I am planning on selling to people local to me for varieties that you couldn't find in the box store. So those are those beautiful orange, yellow, purple tomatoes, because one thing I've noticed when shopping for plants at, say, Home Depot, you're going to find the Better Boy tomato, which is just your standard red tomato. You're going to find, Genovese basil. You're going to find just regular old thyme, dill, the standard baseline garden. So I want to offer people local to me varieties that you wouldn't otherwise find. And I think it would be really awesome to do that, be able to give people the chance to grow the purple tomato that they've never seen in store or seen in a grocery store, for that fact. My friend recently sent me a photo of a shirt that said "introverted by nature, but please talk to me about plants," because that is I just thought it was so funny, because that is who I am. I could go on and on about the plants, and being able to share those really cool and unique varieties, flavors of vegetables and herbs is just what I am excited to do for those who are local. Along with vegetables and herbs, I also wanted to have plant starts for medicinal herbs. So another thing that is happening right now in my life is I'm actually taking Jill from Whispering Willow Farm and Kaylee from the Honey Studs home apothecary course. And it is so these two lovely ladies. So I'm taking their home apothecary course currently. It is an online asynchronous, so just kind of do as you can kind of course. Just trying to get into medicinal herbs and medicinal medicine and growing all of that. So last season I did start a handful of plants that are medicinal in nature, simply because I wanted to get my feet wet. I wanted to be able to see if I could actually grow the plants before like getting my heart set into doing or making this kind of shift in my life. But I'm super excited about all of the recipes and the knowledge that I've gained so far. I'm learning currently about different varieties. They kind of set out a really nice hefty list for a materia medica, which is basically the uses, the constituents, the properties of the plants, their Latin name. So Latin name being the genus and the species of that variety. So as with a lot of basil plants, like basil, there is Genovese basil, there's sweet basil, there's lettuce leaf basil, there's Thai basil, there's Tulsi, holy basil. There's so many different varieties. And each one of those varieties has a different genus and species. So when you're doing medicinal medicine, you want to make sure that you have the correct genus and species, just because things can vary from plant to plant. So I'm excited with the amount of knowledge I've gained so far. They really do a wonderful job at, it's not just that woo-woo medicinal plant medicine. They go into the systems of the body and kind of explain how our body works and how these plants would work with our body, and kind of helping you to determine what would be best for whatever ailments you are having at whatever time. Obviously, with any type of medicinal herbalism, consult a doctor, just kind of like a legal quotation there. But I am super excited about this course and what I'm learning from it. I have ordered a bunch of seeds because it is seed ordering time. January for me here in Zone 6 is the time to prep, to plan, and to kind of get my ideas flowing for what I want to do in my garden. So there are going to be a lot of changes this year, at least with how I'm going to go about growing my plants. Last year I did a 2-liter system on my tomato plants. This year I think I'm going to let them just go free. We'll see how that goes, especially with indeterminate tomato plants. Indeterminate tomato plants will just grow and grow and grow, and they just keep branching off into all sorts of different directions. So with allowing them to be free, I probably will be planting way less tomato plants this year than I did last year. But I'm also going to be picking varieties that I actually know that I like now, and as well as a few new ones. I'm also going to be growing a few things for production purposes, and that I will be potentially wanting to sell them at market. We'll get more into that once I've actually ironed out the details, because right now I have not actually planned anything for this upcoming garden season, besides just some like very brief floaty ideas out here in the ether. I wanted to pop in here real quick and just say Happy New Year to you guys. I hope that you guys' garden planning is going well if you're in that season. If you're in the throes of actually just watering your garden. You have a beautiful green garden outside. I envy you because it is dark, gray, and dreary here in Ohio. It's definitely shorter days, and you feel tired at 5, which is insane because it's already dark, and it's 5:42 and it's this dark outside right now. So right now I want to share a little tidbit with you guys. So currently I've been listening to a podcast that I just absolutely love. It is kind of spooky. It is paranormal in nature, and it's called Otherworld. If you're into that kind of thing, I'd highly recommend this podcast. But I want to know, what is your guys' favorite podcast that you just can't get enough of right now? Let me know down below. But thank you guys so much. I am so excited to be starting this 2024 garden season with you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.